Hi everyone, I'm Zach Reinhardt, and I'm pretty pooped today because I just got back from seeing Caro Caro Bonito live last night, which was a sick ass show. And catch them, I think they're going to be in Seattle or something. Check them out. But yeah, we're doing an EP wrap up this week. I'm going to keep it brief because I'm in a bit of a hurry today, so sorry for that. Don't get to see quite as much of my beautiful face. Now, the EP wrap up is an irregular series I do just whenever I have 3 or 4 EPs that I want to talk about in brief and just bring to your attention because I've been digging them, or a lot of people have been talking about them and I want to put out my thoughts on them, some stuff like that. So, getting into it, we've got the new Sayu EP, or mini album, really, Conversation. Sayu is a 2-piece band that's been kicking around for a little while. They used to be signed on to Headache Sounds, which is a really great record label that features some of my favorite bands. And but now they've gone full indie now. And they're pretty much making what they've always made, which is to say they're making kind of minimalist, somewhat strange art punk. They're a 2-piece band comprised of a bassist slash drummer slash vocalist and a guitarist slash vocalist slash kazoo player. Kazooist? I'm not sure what you call somebody who plays a kazoo. But yeah, like I was saying, this is their second mini album, and I really liked their first one. It was rough around the edges, but it has a lot of interesting character. And I think this one just really improves on their formula. The production quality is much higher, and just overall the songs are way more consistent. There were a few kind of duds on their last mini album, but really all the songs on here are pretty solid. And I'm enjoying this thing a lot since it came out in January. I've been meaning to talk about it for a while. It kind of slipped past me. Well, I knew it came out, but I just didn't give it a listen for like 2 months. But here it is. If you're into kind of weird, somewhat experimental art punk and art rock, and there's a little bit of math rock stuff in here, definitely check this thing out. Standout tracks are the title track, Conversation, which has a bunch of kind of interesting rhythmic strangeness and has all these like little like vignettes of ideas that they don't really explore, but they kind of present to you and then move on. And it's an interesting track. Also, the track Naked is a pretty fun track. It's a lot more aggressive, it's upbeat, and it's a bit more of a kind of classic punk track. And also, the new version of their older song, Friction, is pretty good. I'm normally not a huge fan of people just recycling kind of old material, so to say, but the production quality is so much higher on this version that it really sounds very different from the other one. The other one, I mean, their whole last album, the bass was just massive. But on this one, it's a bit more balanced. And, I mean, the bass is still big. They really embrace the kind of noisiness and kind of clumsiness of the bass guitars and instruments sometimes. And I think this new version is sufficiently different and sufficiently updated for me to be kind of okay with it appearing on this new EP. And it's pretty solid. And if you're into this one, definitely check out their past stuff. They've got a mini album and like a tiny demo EP or something floating around out there too. They have some interesting music videos as well. Definitely check those out. And still in the punk sphere, but a little bit more purist in their approach, we have the new Otoboke Beaver EP, Love is Short. I've actually got a copy of it right here. And yeah, Love is Short. I hope Love lasts a little bit longer than this EP, at the very least, because this EP is like 5 minutes long. It has 3 tracks, 2 of which are over 2 minutes, and then the third is like 20 seconds. And if you liked Otoboke Beaver's past stuff, you're going to enjoy this. Though this is a bit less kind of songish. Like, I hate to say that. It's a bit less kind of accessible, and it's a bit more just kind of raw aggression. If you don't know Otoboke Beaver, they're a Kansai area punk band in the long tradition of Kansai area punk bands. And they're pretty purist in their approach. They're loud, they're fast. They've got a really tight rhythm section that keeps them together well in these really just fast, kind of blistering, aggressive songs. The bass is really tight, drives the song forward. The drums are great. The guitar is loud and brittle, and the vocals are awesome. There's screaming on here. There's gang vocals. There's some of what you could call singing, and there's an awful lot of shouting. And they're an all-girl band, if that matters to you. But yeah, Otoboke Beaver, still killing it. And then moving on to the new Ella. The new Ella EP, Anthems Part 1. I've seen a lot of people hyping these guys up, and they had a single not too long ago for a song called American Lover, which I liked a lot. American Lover is a really nice song, and it appears as the first track on here. And it is a really solid start. But the rest of this EP is just really lukewarm for me. I find myself kind of underwhelmed by it pretty consistently. I mean, there are some good moments. Ella's sound is kind of synth-wavy. It's kind of 80s throwback, but it also pulls in some kind of house and dance music elements. And like, there's even a song on here that's almost like a dub track. And it's all very atmospheric, and it's all very spacey, and the vocals kind of remind me of The Cure and Jens Lekman mixed. They have a unique sound in Tokyo, for sure, but it's really not that far off from what, like, Emerald 4 are doing or something, but I just think it's kind of forgettable. Maybe it's just not up my alley. But a lot of people have been hyping this up, and, you know, American Lover is a really fun pop song. And if you're looking for some kind of chilled out, spacey, atmospheric pop music, give this thing a try. And that's it. Those are the 3 EPs. Check them out. There are links in the description. I think no, they're not all on Bandcamp, but the Sayu one is available on Amazon, their like music system. Is it just called Amazon Music? I don't know. But it's available there to buy digitally, which is kind of rare for Japanese indie bands. But yeah, check these things out, and see you guys next week. Peace.